Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about dressing. Like I said in one of my previous videos, on this channel I'm going to be sharing content that will help Christian young people to live a life that pleases God, to live a life that honors God. Okay, so if you're out there, you want to please God, you want to honor God in your life, you're going to find content here that will be very valuable to that goal of yours. And today I'm going to be talking about dressing, because I believe the fashion world is one of the tools that Satan is using to sway young people off from the path of godliness. And it's important for Christian young people who are committed to pleasing and honoring God in their life to have a grip on how to order their lives as it has to do with dressing and fashion. Because you see, a lot of young people want to fit in, they want to blend in, so you follow trends, you follow whatever is the trend, you feel a pressure to follow what is trendy. But as Christians, we're not called to be trendy, all right? We're called to honor God and to please God. So following a trend must not become more important to you than pleasing and honoring God. Before I proceed, I want to say that there is no Christian style of dressing. There are only Christian principles of dressing. And the Christian principle of dressing is modesty and decency. But there are no styles. You can adopt any style you want. You can adopt your style. Find your style. But modesty and decency must be the name of your game. So that's the principle. But there are no styles of dressing. Okay? On another video, I'm going to answer the question of wearing trousers or not wearing trousers and all of that. But we're going to get into that in another video. But today, I want to give you 4 reasons for dressing. Number 1, which is the foundational reason for dressing. The fundamental reason, the foundational reason for dressing is to cover nakedness. The reason why clothes were invented is so as to cover nakedness, to cover the private parts of your body. We live in a generation today where there are no more private parts. No private parts anymore. All right? Somebody can be fully dressed and, sensitive parts of their body are exposed. You dress fundamentally to cover your nakedness. And if you're dressing and deviating from that principle, then you know that you're getting it wrong already. You dress to cover your nakedness. Praise God. And number 2 reason why you should dress as a Christian young person, or why people dress, let me put it general, is to look good. And when you're dressing to look good, you consider your body type. All right? You consider your height, your size, your complexion. You consider the occasion for which you're going. Where am I going? All right, am I going to a wedding? Am I going to the church service? Am I going to a dinner? Am I going for a picnic? You shouldn't wear a suit to a picnic. All right, that's not dressing to look good. You consider your body type. You consider the event you're going for. You consider even your societal. You consider the society in which you live. You want to dress good. When you want to look good, you consider all these factors. What am I going for? Am I going for evangelism? Am I doing that? And all of that. You check the purpose, the function, what you're going for. And then you check the society in which you live. And then that determines how you dress in order to dress and look good. Number 3 reason why people dress is to look odd. Now, dressing to look odd is to stand out. Okay, you see people wear, their color blockings, where people combine odd colors, just to look odd, to stand out, so that when you get into a place, you must be noticed. You see entertainers doing that. Entertainers and teenagers, do a lot of that. You dress to look odd. You see people wear shoes, and you look at the shoes, and oh boy, you're blown away, It's like they're standing on the shoe, high heels, big shoes, all odd colors of weave-ons and all of that. So these are all reasons how people dress to look odd. And recently, every generation has its own madness. I remember in our generation, when we were much younger and teenagers, I used to wear baggy pants, baggy jeans. And my baggy jeans it was so big, I believe you can carry 2 little babies in the back pockets. That was odd. Our fathers back then used to wear this trousers. In Nigeria, we call it fella. The trousers are so wide open. They have a wide opening down there. Just crazy kind of fashion. You see their hairs, they do blowouts. Look odd. Today you see the same oddity. Young people spray their hair, all kinds of colors. That's dressing to look odd. All right? And then the concept of ripped jeans. Back in the days when our clothes got torn, we threw them away. Today, people go to the market and buy clothes that are already torn. Every generation has its own way of expressing its uniqueness or expressing its craziness. And this is in a bid to stand out. But even with the ripped jeans, I believe that, now as I talk about the third reason for dressing, I'm going to say something about ripped jeans. So, the fourth reason rather. So the first reason I talked about, I said you dress to cover your nakedness. 2, you dress to look good. 3, you dress to look odd, to stand out. As entertainers, you see footballers, you see young people, teenagers, dressing like that. And that's not bad. And then the fourth reason to dress is dressing to look sexy, or dressing to look to produce to give sex appeal. When you dress to be seductive, okay, that's the best word. Dressing to be seductive, dressing to draw sexual attention. That's the fourth reason why people dress. And you see a lot of this happening, where people dress just to seduce. People dress in such a way that when you look at the person, you should think about sex. That's a degrading way to dress. And people that do this are people who see their value based on sexual attractiveness. And that's getting really crazy and out of hand. A young lady posted a picture on her birthday, and then her breasts were exposed. And she was a member of my teenage church. Then I was pastoring a teenage church. And then I reached out to her, I said, I saw your picture, your breast is exposed and all of that. And can you do something about that? She said, okay, because she's going to take it down. And after some days, I saw the picture was still there. I reached out to her. I said, what's going on? The picture is still there. She said, you know what? I want to take down the picture because of the exposed breast, but I don't want to lose my comments and my likes. That's what our generation is living for today. Living for social media accolades and likes. So people dress, particularly young ladies, dress and expose their breasts. I mean, the trend of nakedness is taking a dimension that is appalling, that is so shameful. I see pregnant women go to the studio to snap almost naked pictures, exposing their pregnancy. When did pregnancy become something to treat in such a shameful way? That the baby you want to give birth to will grow up tomorrow and see your naked pictures on social media, and they'll say, okay, it was you were the one in that pregnancy, in that belly there. And this is shameful. Where people expose their thighs, people expose their bum, people, there's no more private parts. In fact, the clothes people wear these days, the clothes start so late. They start very late and end too early. That's being seductive. That's not right. Even guys have their version of it. There's this style of dressing, they call it eggplant. Eggplant where a guy wears a trouser that is so tight that the contours of his penis and testicles is showing. And he feels comfortable going around like that. That is dressing to be seductive. And as a Christian, you should never dress for somebody to tell you you're sexy. Like I said before, you dress and somebody tells you you're sexy and you laugh. It's the same way somebody telling you you're stupid and you're laughing. God made you for so much more than that. A human being made in the image and likeness of God. Somebody saw you, and the only thing they could think you were good for is sex. That's what it means to be sexy. These are the reasons why people dress. But a Christian should never dress to be seductive. And there is a dimension of ripped jeans that goes beyond dressing to be odd to dressing to be seductive. When the jeans is ripped beyond your knee, that is no more about being odd, it's about being seductive. You see people wear ripped jeans and their entire thighs are exposed. Come on, what are you doing? If you are committed to honoring Jesus, you don't dress like that. Exodus chapter 28 verse 40. The Bible was giving instruction for the priest. It said the priest should dress for beauty and for glory. We dress for beauty and for glory. You may say, am I a priest? Oh yeah, you are a priest. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9 says you are a royal priesthood. Revelation chapter 1 verses 5 to 6, the Bible says that Jesus has washed us in his blood and made us kings and priests. In fact, 1 Peter 2 9 also says royal priesthood. So it means you're a king, you are a priest. And none of that has a reference to dressing seductively. A king and a priest do not dress to be seductive. They dress to manifest their royalty. In the book of Exodus, in the book of Revelation chapter 5, verse 9 to 10 also says that we are a royal, we are kings and we are priests. So we dress for beauty and for glory. I'm not saying you should dress to be shabby. That is not Christian either. You dress to look good. You dress to manifest your beauty and the glory of God that you represent. So please, no matter how fashion is getting crazy, keep your head down. You are a child of God. You are a representative of Jesus Christ. You don't dress to follow trends. You dress for beauty and for glory, to honor God and not to create a sex appeal. God bless you as you listen and as you obey. See you again.